All right, today we're going to talk about an interquartile range of a data set. Sounds really, really hard. It's actually not. If you're pretty good at finding the median, then you're pretty much set. So what we're going to do is we're going to break this word down. We know by now that, from that song that you guys have had to listen to, that a range of numbers is when you figure out the distance between the greatest and the least. So you subtract your highest and your lowest. So that's pretty much what we're going to be looking for today, is a range between the highest and the lower, what we call interquartile. So inter we know means between, like to go back and forth between. And we know quartile has that quart in there, which means it's going to be groups of 4. We're going to call interquartile range IQR for short. To find the IQR, what we're actually looking for here is the range between the upper and lower quartiles. And yes, you have to write that down. So we're talking about the range between the upper and the lower quartiles, which isn't hard because that's just subtracting two numbers. The only problem is we don't know how to find these two numbers yet. So to find the IQR, the thing that we're going to look for first is the median of a data set, which means our numbers need to be in order from least to greatest. Once we find our median, we're going to split to find the median of the first set of data, or the lower, and the second set of data, the upper. You're going to notice that when I do this, it's going to split the data into fourths, which is where we get that quartile part of our word. If there's an even set of data, we're going to include the original median in the first half. If it's odd, we ignore the original median. A lot of times it's easiest just to ignore it altogether. So once we have our two quartiles, what we're going to end up doing is subtracting the first half's median, or quartile, from the second half's quartile. So, sounds kind of confusing, but it's not once you see it. First thing we need to do is find the median, which means we have to put this in order. So let's go ahead and write, let's see, we got 13, 13, 13, 13. That's a lot of 13s. 13, 13, 13, 13. Then we got two 14s. We got a 16 and an 18. And a 21. I am so sorry. I was not even holding that where you could see it. All right. So first thing I need to do is find my median, which is my middle number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pieces of data. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is pick that fifth number because that's smack dab in the middle, which is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This 14. I circle it, but I don't need to do anything with that 14. What I'm actually going to look for is I'm going to look for my middle number for my lower half, also called my first half. And these are all 13s, but my two numbers in the middle, when I'm finding the median, since it's an even number, I add them together, divide by 2, and that's going to give me, you guessed it, 13. So I'm going to write LQ for lower quartile is 13. Now I need to go back and find the upper quartile, or the upper, and I could circle those actually, the median of the upper half, meaning the higher half. Here I have 14, 16, 18, and 21. Those are 4 numbers, even numbers, set of numbers. So it's going to be my 2 numbers in the middle. I'm going to add them up and divide by 2. 16 and 18 is going to give me 34. 34 divided by 2 is going to give me 17. So now I have my groups of split into 4, my upper quartile. Now that I have my upper quartile and my lower quartile, I'm going to find the range, which means I'm just going to subtract the biggest number minus the smaller number. So my IQR, or my interquartile range, is going to equal 17 minus 13, which is going to equal 4, which I'm going to box that up like a present. right, go ahead and try the second one without me, and then hit play when you're ready. Okay, guys, so we're trying to find the median first. We're going to put these in order. 76, 76, 77, 84, 85, 89. Okay, my first thing I'm going to find is my regular median, or my original median. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces of data. So my middle number, I don't have a middle. I'm going to have to take my middle two numbers, 87 and 64, I'm sorry, 77 and 84. Find their sum, which is 61, and divide by 2. I'm going to end up with 80.5. Trust me on that one. Which actually probably really didn't mean to do that. So now I'm going to go back and I'm going to look for my interquartile range for my lower and my upper half. And remember when I said if it's an even set of data, we're going to go ahead and put that median right back in there. So we're going to count the first three numbers. So that means our middle number is going to be the 76. So my LQ for my lower is going to be 76. I'm going to do that to split in half. This is my lower half. This is my upper half. 84, 85, 89. Obviously, there's three numbers here, so the middle number is this one. So my upper quartile, or my UQ that I'm going to abbreviate, is 85. To find the interquartile, which these are my interquartiles, to find the range of those two numbers, I'm going to subtract the higher number minus the smaller number, and that's going to give me 9, which I'm going to box up like a nice present since that's my answer. All right, you have 6 problems down here to try. Good luck, guys.